Hi guys, Shelli, Pelly, Annie Parker Confidential. Question: if you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, that little girl or that younger woman, what would you tell her? Comment below, I wanna know. Last night was my mom's 77th birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. And we were all out to dinner with the family, and my mom said something to the extent of, if I only knew then what I knew now. And I thought, that is a good idea for a video. I jotted down quickly off the top of my head 12 things that I personally would have told my younger self. Number one, you're the boss of you. Look, everybody has an opinion. Some very well intentioned, some not so much. Listening to and considering the opinions of others doesn't mean that you have to do it. Listen, consider it, but at the end of the day, go with your gut. Go with what feels right. Go with what feels best to you. You are the boss of your own life. Any virtue taken to an extreme can be a vice. Look, being independent, sticking to your guns definitely can be a virtue, but taken to the extreme, it can become a vice. In other words, when you flat out won't consider what anybody else has to say, when you won't consider the opinions of others, it now becomes a vice that stands in the way of your own growth. Open yourself up to the possibilities that other people have something to input, other people have something to add to the conversation or to your original idea. It doesn't mean that you have to do it. The most successful people that I know are the ones that truly understand that their own success doesn't happen in a vacuum. It is the input and the idea of everybody that contributes to the overall good. So remember, it's fine to stick to your guns, but be open to the possibility of listening and considering other ideas. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. I've got new stuff every Tuesday and Friday, and I look forward to having you as part of the community. Learn how to negotiate your way in or out of tough situations. It will serve you for your entire life. Look, life is all about relationships, whether it's with a job, a partner, whatever it is. And in those relationships, you're going to encounter difficult or tough situations. Learning how to approach it diplomatically and how to negotiate a positive outcome is something that will serve you in life over and over and over again. And you're much more likely to get the end result that you want by learning those skills. You teach people and men how to treat you. How? By what you will and will not accept. When you say no to people and treatment that is not for your best and highest good, that doesn't feel good to you, what happens? Those people have a way of melting away from your life, and the universe will then in turn bring you people who treat you better and who are more in alignment with your best and highest good. But it is incumbent upon you to say no. Pay off your credit card at the end of each month. Learning how to live within your means is going to allow you access to things that you're going to want later on in life. A house, a car, a business loan, all of those good things. It starts with being financially responsible. Yours truly was 19 years old, marching around with her little Chanel bag, drowning in debt. So I had to learn this one the hard way. But I'm telling you, it's really, really important. And I know that it's really exciting to be able to get super fun things, especially if you're not used to it. But looking at the bigger picture, you're going to want things later on in life. Pick your battles. Listen, there's a lot of negativity that can be thrown at us throughout life. And it's really easy to get caught up in it, to get annoyed, to get angry. But look, all that it does is it eats inside of you. Understand what is important and what is not. Somebody cutting you off on the freeway, big freaking deal. Someone being a brat to you, let it go. Things that are important that you feel passionate about, those are the battles worth waging. Remember, the only person that ends up suffering when you choose to fight every single flipping battle is you. So pick those battles wisely. Let the other stuff go. Okay, relationships come and go. This thing's getting furry. Build a solid foundation on you. The one person who is always going to be a constant in your life is you. That means you have to become very comfortable with yourself, what you stand for, and actually know who you are. Knowing who you are, separate and apart from another person, it is one of the most empowering things that you will ever be able to do for yourself. Listen, for me personally, I went through like a yucky breakup. Like, who doesn't have breakups? When I was 30, and I I made the conscious decision that I was just going to be by myself for the next year, like literally by myself. So aside from work and focusing on my career and all that, which of course I didn't date anybody. I didn't do anything with friends. I went to movies by myself. I went out to dinner by myself. I hung out on the weekends by myself. I'd go up to Palm Springs and just hang out by my lonesome for an entire year. That time in my life was the time that I grew the most exponentially. At first, yes, it was really uncomfortable because we're uncomfortable going and doing things by ourselves because it's a very couples or friends oriented culture that we live in. But it wasn't long before I felt extremely comfortable. I enjoyed my own company, and I really kind of came to the realization that I like me and I like who I am. So what that did is by the time that I met Oliver, my now husband, we've been together 20 years, I just felt like, if it works out, it works out. If not, I'm totally fine because I wasn't afraid to be alone. I wasn't afraid to be by myself. And that was an empowering thing to have. And although I don't think he knew it consciously, I think that subconsciously he sensed that, and that probably made me more attractive to him. Just saying. People in the public eye on TV, movies, Instagram, YouTube don't have any more access to happiness than you do. We are all just people. I don't care what you do, who you are, or how many followers you have. You have the same opportunity and access to happiness as everybody else. The people with whom you surround yourself will determine the trajectory of your life. Ever heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together? That's because they do. Think about it. Who are the people that you spend the most time with? That's going to greatly determine the trajectory of your life. Do these people propel you forward or do they drag you down? Do you feel like you are settling for less when you're around them? Be really wise with who you surround yourself with and learn to become super smart on reading people's energy. And when you key in on that, you can quickly determine who should be in your life and who should not. It makes a difference. You are going to grow out of people, situations, and things, and that is okay. Look, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Not everybody is meant to be there forever. People will come in and out of our lives, and sometimes they're meant to just teach us a lesson, to give us a message, whether it's a positive one or a negative one. And then it's time for them to move on. Whether it's a job, whether it's a boyfriend, not everybody is meant to be there forever. When you feel that you've outgrown it, and you feel that sense of irritability or restlessness, that is your higher self telling you that it's time to move on. Let them go in peace and love and move on. It is okay to do that, and you are supposed to do that. Life and happiness is all about ebbs and flows. Learn to ride the waves. You are going to go through times that are super, super happy and positive, and you're going to go through times that aren't so much. We all do. That is part of the human experience. The key is to understand that and to ride it out. Think of the difficult times that you've been through where it felt dark and it felt like, man, I just feel a sense of despair. What inevitably happened? You came through it, and you entered times in your life where it was really positive and happy. So just know that it is part of the human experience. You're gonna have light, you're gonna have darkness. Everybody has it. Put one foot in front of the other, ride the wave, you will get through it. And last but not least, no matter what, you are going to be okay, I promise. The biggest life lesson I've learned is that no matter what has happened, regardless of who has left my life, the job I've had, the job I left, it doesn't matter. Everything works itself out in the way that it is supposed to. Even if it doesn't seem like that at the time, everything will work itself out. The key is to understand that and to keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when it's hard to do it. Don't give up, hold tight, it's gonna get better, and you're going to be just fine. Okay, y'all, those were my 12 things that I would have said to my younger self. But what about you? What would you have said to your younger self that would have made all the difference for you? Please comment below and share with everybody. We all get inspired by each other. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. I've got new stuff every Tuesday and Friday. I look forward to having you as part of the community. Okay, y'all, see you in a couple days. Bye.